What is going on, everybody? We are here. It is another episode of In This Very Ring right here, live on HUD Radio. We're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope. If you're listening to us the day of Backlash, you're probably checking us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Speaker, or Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcast fix. We here at In This Very Ring, we are brought to you by our doc, Dr. Paul Vidal. Make sure you guys check him out at Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. They got three locations at Burlington, Cherry Hill, and Princeton, New Jersey. They're also online at specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Also, as your state is opening up, as your town, your city is opening up after this quarantine, it's time to bring the people back together. And there's no better way to do that than with the gutter and deck restoration men at Ambuck Services. They are your leading restoration crew from South Jersey. You give them a call at 856-879-5530. Once again, that is Ambuck Services, 856-879-5530. Tonight, Butters, Ritz, we are here. We are here to talk about two things. We are here to talk about NXT TakeOver in your house, and then live tomorrow night on the WWE Network, WWE presents Backlash. We got to give a big, huge shout out to the man behind the magic, Mr. Ralph Delavecchio, co-host of The Fix. Ralph, we appreciate you producing for us in the background there.
Big time.
Gentlemen, let's get ready. Boys and girls, strap yourselves in. Our poll question today is brought to you by QB54, the absolute best tailgating game in the business, bar none, no exception, no questions asked. Whew.
Rile it up.
I know. I don't know why I got hyped there, but I did. Charlotte Flair being the NXT champion was just step one of a long-term story. Agree, disagree. Butters, as always, my friend, we start with you.
I do believe it is a stepping stone to a bigger story with everything that's been going on. You know, right now she's looking to, step to Asuka, but I think it's going bigger than that. I think it's going bigger than the Women's Championship with some of her comments here recently about wanting to, take one of them big men's titles.
So she wants to be the next Tessa Blanchard.
Pretty much. She made a comment this past week about pretty much wanting to be the next Tessa Blanchard. So this could very well be that story that sets into motion, Charlotte Flair winning. I mean, it could be an Intercontinental title. It could be a tag, but I could see them giving Charlotte Flair one of the men's world titles just to say, we did it better than y'all.
But is it really doing better? So let's expand on that for a minute, shall we? Tessa Blanchard, back in January, does the unthinkable, and she wins the TNA Impact World Heavyweight title. Now, here we are 6 months later. 6 months later, where WWE has been going through changes and transitions, and the wrestling world has been forced to change due to COVID and all the quarantine and the empty arenas and AEW spinning its wheels out there. Is Tessa Blanchard that catalyst to where now WWE is saying, hey, Charlotte, we're going to put the title on you? But is it really them doing it better?
I wouldn't say better being the choice. I'd say they want to try to one-up everybody.
But how do you one-up somebody if there's nothing to one-up? I mean, what is bigger? Tell me about it. What is bigger than the biggest prize in the industry, the WWE title?
The only way I could see you truly one-upping it is by doing it at WrestleMania.
So you mean to tell me it is June 13th, 2020. Mm-hmm. We are 10 months away from WrestleMania, and you mean to tell me that we're going to take a Charlotte Flair storyline and we're going to build it to the moon, and we're going to have Charlotte Flair win it all at the Showcase of the Immortals?
Why not? They pushed the women's evolution. You know, right now Charlotte looks to be going up against, possibly, against Asuka after Backlash. So we could be seeing a slow build, a slow setup. I mean, you could have her just do the little mini feuds in between, and then you just kind of build into it close to the end of the year. Have her say, "Screw it, I'm going to the men's rumble and I'm going to win it all." For the first, get to where she gets that shot that she wants.
So before we go to the Ritzatron 4000, there's a story behind that. I swear to God, I'll tell it in a second. I see Jake Friel from the Weekly Roundup chiming in. Guys, Jake and Steve just had a show a few hours ago. You got to go check it out. They talked with MMA and UFC fighter Vinny Paz, was it right? Vinny Paz. Check their show out on the replay a little bit later on Apple Podcasts tomorrow. The godfather of A2D, Tom Arnone, chiming in with his favorite emoji on a Saturday night, Butters.
Woo!
Prism 280 over there on the YouTube saying best wrestling show on the net. We are without a shadow of a doubt the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Stick that in your pipe, Chrome, and suck it, lazy booking.
I mean, I guess he's trying to compare us to Jim Cornette here. Woo.
I'll take that. I'm a Cornette guy.
I was going to say, I don't know whether I should take it or be mad. I think I'm going to take it and love it.
I am a Cornette guy for sure. Co-host with our man Ralph Delvecchio, Mr. Ryan Brodo, showing up saying Io Shirai will win all of the belts. All of them. Man, I'm feeling good tonight. God, this is going to be a good show.
What, Ryan? Is she going to be Io all the belts?
Oh, God, you could have come up with so much better. See, now he's going to take that, though, and he's going to make that a thing. Knowing Ryan. Prism asks, who does Io Shirai wrestle for? Herself. I don't know where we're going with that. I think she's going to be herself. And then Ted FX, I believe that's over on Periscope, saying Charlotte isn't a plucky underdog. There's characters you can't build as that like Triple H and Roman. You're absolutely right. Charlotte is the upper echelon of the women's division in the WWE and arguably the women's division in professional wrestling. We go to the Ritzatron 4000. Why is it the Ritzatron 4000? Because it's smaller than the Ritzatron 5000. So back in the day when it was me and Jackson, we were pre-recorded. We would air on Monday afternoon at like noon, some like weird ECW time slot. We had a monitor, and one day, just out of the blue, we were talking, and I said, "All right, and the Ritzatron 5000." And when you watch Jax's face, it's actually just pure disappointment. And so when I edited the video, I put a graphic at the bottom for the Ritzatron 5000. It was fantastic. So,
I love it.
The Ritzatron 4000 said, this is a quote from Triple H during the post-takeover media call regarding Charlotte Flair not getting the pin, regarding Io pinning Rhea and everything to that nature. He goes, that finish was done tonight the way it was done for a very specific reason. Some people will read into that and go, oh, Jesus, Charlotte can't even get beat. He continues on to say, the whole rhetoric of Charlotte Flair, her dad, her name, and all that stuff is garbage. She works as hard as anybody I've ever seen. She's a great performer, and she deserves everything she has ever gotten and has. It was done for a very specific reason, for storytelling purposes. Hopefully, if we get to tell the story the way we want over the coming months, I think 3 or 4 months from now, you'll go, I know exactly why they did that finish. So,
and that right there tells me they want her winning that big belt.
So before we get to that, Edie chiming in, if Charlotte Flair challenges for the men's championship, I quit watching WWE. Brother, it's coming. It's absolutely coming. Because of what TNA did with Tessa, it's coming.
You know, I will give props to Charlotte. She does bust her ass. She does, she's not just using the Flair name to get herself out there. She is day after day busting ass, doing her job, making things right. You know, you can see it one way or the other. You can hate her, you can love her, you can call it what you want, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna say it loud and proud. She is the hardest worker in there, or one of the hardest workers. Can't say the hardest, but we'll call it, her one of the hardest workers back there. She's not just, like I said, she's not just using that name, Flair, to go, I want to be at the top. My name's Flair. Get it done.
Well, and so you're absolutely right. When it comes to Charlotte, I will say she is the best. She is the hardest worker. Think about it. You have weeks where it's Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, and Charlotte Flair's on all three shows.
Yep.
Right? Charlotte Flair is like I said, it's a cornerstone of the women's division. After especially losing Becky. Right? After losing Becky, Charlotte is that cornerstone, and Charlotte's going to be that person that's going to keep everything moving. She's going to bounce back and forth between all the different shows. She's a locker room leader. So if this truly is the first step in a grand, larger master plan, then I'm all 100% for it. So her brother should be in WWE and push him to the moon. Are we talking about David? Because David shouldn't be anywhere near a wrestling ring. Ever. Brian Daly, host of the Hockey Happy Hour. Guys, they had a phenomenal... No. Better yet, it wasn't even phenomenal. There's only one word to describe what happened this past Tuesday when Brian Daly, Robert Povia, Madison Sudi, and Chrome all interviewed the legendary Chris Pronger. It was glorious.
I'll take it.
Absolutely. So, guys, make sure you go back and you check out that interview and you check out Hockey Happy Hour as they gear up for a brand new hockey season coming very, very soon. Okay. So, back to Charlotte Flair, because we can go on about this forever, right?
Oh, yeah.
But Charlotte Flair has a grander story coming. What that looks like right now, I don't know, because we know that Monday night she attacked Asuka after the tag match. This is coming off the heels of her losing Sunday.
I was going to say, maybe we could see, Asuka finally getting that pin over Charlotte, because this Monday, we saw Charlotte, talking trash to Asuka, saying, "You've never beat me, you never pinned me." So, I mean, that could be one of the bigger stories coming along, is that, hey, Asuka finally gets that win.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Daly, I love you too. Better yet, I love you. I was listening to Bruce Pritchard on the way home. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again. I will never, ever do that again. Especially for Daly. Ugh, I really am in a good mood. God, I hate it. I would like it to go away, please. Actually, over here, A2D Live is also sharing a watch party right now. So I got a notification over here. Daniel Bakley chiming in. Charlotte got a win stolen from her and allows for Io and Ripley to work in the future. Daniel, we're going to give you a big shout out over there on A2D Live. Make sure you jump over to A2D Radio and join in this active conversation. Oh my God, it's the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Vesby, Ralph's other co-host. We round out the trifecta over there on the Fix, boys and girls. It's 2020. The main event for Backlash is Edge and Orton. What year is this again? Well, Frank, you answered your own question, sir. You said it was 2020. Why don't you read a sentence before you say it? God, I thought you were smarter.
Boom!
Ugh. So, it really is. But no, I love to see where this is going with Charlotte, especially now knowing that Bruce Pritchard is in complete control of the creative direction for the WWE. Paul Heyman, as of Thursday, has been removed, and he will focus on his on-air talent role.
So that tells me, hopefully, we might see him manage somebody else other than Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he's going to manage Charlotte. Could you imagine?
Oh, dear Lord.
Could you imagine? That'd be fantastic.
She doesn't need a manager. I mean,
I know she doesn't, but Flair didn't need Anderson. Flair didn't need J.J. Dillon, yet he still had him.
This is true. This is very, very true.
So, that being said, all right, guys, last week, Sunday night, NXT TakeOver live from the WWE Performance Center. It was NXT TakeOver in your house. We went back. We got in our Wayback Machines, our DeLoreans, our time machines. We jumped through a hot tub and maybe a temporal rift in the sky, right? It was back to the 90s as WWE brought us in your house. The show opened.
And they didn't just stop it with with just the background and the scenes. They went all out getting, old school commercials, old school, and I really, really loved it.
Speaking of old school, they got Todd Pettengill. They brushed him off. They spruced him up, threw a suit jacket and a blazer on him, and sent his happy ass out in front of a microphone. And it was gold.
You can't get better than that for it in your house.
You really can't. And they open.
I hope they do another one.
They open up the show. It features an intro video, retro commercials sprinkled throughout, including, as Butters alluded to, Adam Cole in an Ico Pro commercial. And one for those WWE ice cream bars.
No.
Code Orange opened the show with a musical performance. I'm still waiting on someone to tell me who the hell that was.
I ain't even heard of them.
Hey, look. It is one half of the legendary AM and the PM tag team and a member of the Agree to Disagree faction. It's my man, Greg Malakovic. Greg chiming in saying, "What's up, my guys? Greg, my brother, how are you doing? I see he agrees to the poll, although, as usual, he's not caught up, so he's going to be useless in conversations. Greg, next time, just cut out the in conversations and just leave it as useless." Damn, I am just firing off here. Mike
Minatola? That's
Maybe?
what I'm going to go with?
That's what I'm going to go with. If it's wrong, well, I apologize. He says it's an incredible pay-per-view. The women's match was incredible. Strap in, my friend. We're going to go over all of it. All right. Now, we open the show with a 6-women tag team match. Tegan Nox, Shotzi Blackheart, Mia Yim. They defeated Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Candice LeRae. Obviously, Yim and LeRae brawl themselves out to the back. Nox pins Kai with the shiniest wizard to win the match.
Well, at least she finally got a pin on her. Dear Lord.
Yeah, it was not the prettiest match whatsoever. It was nothing that I would hang my hat on, but it was nice to see Tegan get that win over Kai.
It's about time.
Oh, go figure. Edie informed me that Code Orange is a group that sings the theme's theme now.
Edie with a save once again, boys and girls.
Who knew?
Right?
And we were close enough with Mike's last name. In this very ring, 1, chat 0.
Woo!
Yeah, that's going to be a thing tonight now. But no, I mean, the 6-women tag team match, there was nothing to hang the hat on, nothing super spectacular. We knew that Yim
and a good opener.
It was. That's a strong statement because a good opener needs to really pump it up and get everybody excited for the show.
Yeah, but honestly and truly, it was good for an opener. With everything else going on in the show, I mean, would you have really been able to put it anywhere else and hope it did well?
I wouldn't have had the match on the card.
Yeah, it was a last minute.
It was a last minute. It was.
I think they needed an extra match to make it to a time limit, and I guess that's what they went with.
What time limit? You're on your own damn network.
I think they still do it just for the networks in general.
Oh yeah, this hurts my soul. Finn Balor defeated Damian Priest. Priest takes that nasty fall off the apron onto the ring steps.
That hurt my back.
Yeah, that wasn't fun. The
outcome of this match kind of shocked me. I was actually, rooting for Priest in this one. I was kind of shocked to see Balor come out with the win.
I won't say I was rooting for Priest because I just don't care about Damian Priest, but
okay, yeah, I would say rooting is a strong word, but I just but you get what I'm trying to say.
No, absolutely. But I guess because I'm such a Finn Balor fan, but I could have cared so little for this storyline.
With everything that's going on Wednesday, I guess this was, just kind of an in-between feud till he can get to his next big,
Well, I think he's going after Walter. I think until they can get him back over there and get Walter back over here.
Well, no, after Wednesday, I think he's going after Keith Lee.
Well, yeah. No, you're right. After Wednesday, but I think leading up to it, this was something they started not knowing if they could get to Walter.
Yep.
And so they just kind of ran with it, and now it's like, all right, we're going to fuck up Keith Lee. Mike chimes in, I hate to jump the gun. I know you guys are running down the pay-per-view. Wednesday night, though, when Scarlett brought out the clock was awesome. All right, so this is going to be my one moment where I will probably hang my head in shame later. Are we talking about Scarlett or just the whole part where she brought out the clock? Because, yeah. If I need to clarify that, you're too young to watch this program. Bye. But no, and to Edie's point, right? As much of I could care less about the outcome of this match, it was still a good match. The problem is Damian has no definition to his character.
He's
right?
He's a little blasé, I guess you could say.
Yeah, he's just kind of there. He's like when you go to the bar. You ever go to a bar and you're just sitting there and you're watching everybody interact with each other, and then over there in the corner, the darkest corner of the room, there's just some poor schmuck with his headphones on, just sitting there, listening to his own little music, just being there. Just to say, hey, you know what? I went out tonight. That's Damian Priest.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Pretty much. Now, as I predicted, as I spoke to the heavens, and everybody said I was crazy, the match of the night, the NXT North American Champion Keith Lee went one-on-one with Johnny Gargano. Before we talk about how awesome this match was, and this is why I was hoping that Chrome was going to be on, because I feel like he would disagree with me. Johnny's new music sucks.
I guess I must have missed that.
I missed it the first time I watched it through. I actually watched it through on my way, well, phrase that, in my preparation for getting ready today throughout different parts of my day.
Yeah.
I could have cared less for this music. It is horrible.
Why are we changing this music to begin with? What are you gonna have heel and face music? I mean,
well, and some people do, right? But you got to think about it. He started off with he took a version of the DIYs, and it was Rebel Hearts. So he had Chrome Hearts, now Rebel Hearts, and whatever the hell this is. I think it's now like what was the tagline that says? He's all soul and no heart or something like that. Or all heart, no soul, or whatever that new tagline they're coming up with him for. The music
tagline in.
The music just sucks. Like I missed the one where I can go da 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 da. Like, come on. Rosca chiming in. There's a rumor Trish Stratus versus Sasha Banks.
No way in hell.
I think it's just another internet rumor. Well, actually, hold on. Let me back up for a second. There was a Tuesday night on FS1. They did a watch along with a lot of the women of WWE, and they talked about Dream Evolution matches. And I think Sasha said hers was, well, not phrase that. I think someone said Sasha versus Trish. I think.
The only thing I can think
and
of.
Yes, Mike. LeRae with purple hair is the best.
The last I seen was, I think it was Mandy Rose saying her dream match would be against Trish Stratus.
Whatever. But, yeah, so to Edie's point, you have to laugh, right? He comes out of the door. I couldn't think of the word. He comes out of the door and puts the key in his trunks, which is just stupid. I get so tired of that. And
versus brass knuckles, now it's keys. Come on now.
Yeah, and then he goes to open the door, but it's like, homie, the keys are in your pants. Pull out the key, open the door, and walk away. Prism 280 says Keith Lee.
What is he gonna do? Press his pants, going?
Wait.
Awkward.
Wait. Prism, you don't know who Keith Lee is?
Ooh.
Go back and watch the Royal Rumble. You'll find out who Keith Lee is.
You'll bask in his glory once you find out.
Go Google, when this show's over, YouTube, Keith Lee puts Adam Cole in the third row.
Keith Lee, the Pounce.
It's a great spot. Keith Lee's fantastic. He is limitless. Listen to the music, you'll understand.
Athletic as hell.
Well, yeah, and like on this article that I pull up that we do all our stuff from, I use a lot of Up Rocks. I use a lot of Cage Side News, different things like that. They have a GIF here of Keith Lee pouncing Johnny Gargano through that plexiglass.
I know.
And it's rough. It's rough. Now, granted, you can tell Johnny jumps early, right? But Keith Lee still, right?
I'm honestly surprised nobody has broke that plexiglass yet.
I don't think
or even just thought about slam,
Well, I mean, they do. Keith Lee puts Johnny through it.
My brain's not here.
Is it ever?
Tomato.
You're stupid. So, but like, I love the fact that you were playing up the fact of Keith Lee's left hand is hurting him, right, from the attack on Wednesday by Johnny, and also his eye. But that doesn't stop Keith Lee from throwing some hellacious left hands and also catching Johnny. At one point, Johnny does a tope suicida onto Keith Lee, and Keith Lee catches him like a child jumping off of a couch and holds him in his arms and goes to slam him on the steps. That whole spot, that sequence, because it also ends up with Keith Lee catching Johnny again and almost lawn darting him into the ring. That entire spot is fantastic.
It's Keith Lee. What more has to be said?
Bask in his glory.
That is true.
But no, I mean, obviously, Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, they show up as well. Candice comes out first. Mia Yim shows up to even the odds, and the girls make their way out. Johnny hits the key into Keith Lee's eye. I will never, ever try to say that faster than I did, because that was a tongue twister by itself. And then several super kicks. There was one super kick. And this empty arena thing, this is why I love it so much, right? Those super kicks, those slaps, those chops, everything resonates so much louder now.
Echo.
And Johnny hit one of his first super kicks right out the gate, and it was loud. It sounded like it hurt.
Going back to this whole key thing, I don't like the whole key in the eye, using the keys. Just, if we're going to use something, give me a good old-fashioned pair of brass knuckles. Give me a good old-fashioned pair, something other than keys.
Why? What do you got against keys?
I don't know. I feel like it's lame.
And brass knucks aren't.
Hey, they're old school.
Yeah, it's old school. Keys are new school. It's the best I had. It's the absolute best I had. I mean, at least it wasn't one of those like keys where you got the button on the side and it flips out like a little knife or a shank or something like that. And he's like, eh.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Right? Or at least it wasn't like a smart key he was trying to beat him up with. Although, Wait, no. That actually gives me a genius idea.
Oh Lord, I gotta hear this one.
So, have you ever seen a smart key?
Describe it.
It's just a key, right? It's a key fob, and at the bottom of it, it's got a little button, and you pull out a metal key in case the battery in your key fob dies.
Oh yeah, it's the spare, basically.
Sure. File some because they're not pointy, and by no means, right? None of them are, right? File it down just a little bit, and they're just tiny enough to where you fit them in between your fingers. Now you've got Wolverine claws for cheap.
You could make better Wolverine claws than that.
Yeah,
Cheap.
well, yeah, but these are small and they're discreet.
Discreet, so me having 3 keys sticking out is going to be discreet for the
Yeah,
rest
but they're not super long. Think about this though; they're really not. So you put it here, it's probably gonna come up to like right there. It's
The
just
ref is
pop.
still going to see it. It's the dumbest thing I've heard all day.
Well, then you clearly haven't been talking much. Andy 1, Butters 0.
I'll get you back later. Don't worry.
No, you won't. But no, I truly think it's the match of the night. I think they told the best story. Yeah, when we talk about Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream, they do tell a good story. You have Undisputed Era show up. We're going to break it down just a little bit more here in a moment. But I think this overall arc for Johnny and Keith Lee, because it essentially came to a close.
Yeah.
Right? So it was the best period to the story. And we saw that a lot tonight not tonight, but we saw it a lot on Sunday. You also had essentially Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream coming to a close as well. They put a period on that story.
They pulled the big swerve because everybody, it was one of those things that everybody saw coming that, it's the big type of match where we know he's going to win now. Velveteen Dream getting that title, getting that, what the hell just happened?
Well, and I forget who I was talking to, but I was watching it. I caught NXT halfway through. I had to go back and re-watch the first half. But so I think it might have been with Chrome and Pete, which, by the way, check Pete out on Birds of a Feather every Tuesday night right here on HUD Radio, along with Chrome and Chuck Smoranen. God, I hope I said that last name right. Holy crap. I don't think I've ever tried to say his last name. So, that being said, shit. I lost my train of thought. Oh, no. So, we were talking about it, and we were messaging back and forth, and I said, Dream's got it. At one point, Dream, I think it was right after he pushed him onto the windshield, and Dexter got UE out of the way and everything like that, and he hit the Purple Rainmaker, and I'm like, Dream's a champ, and he kicked out of it, and I went, shit, and like right there, when he kicked out of the Purple Rainmaker, I was like, yep, that's it, Adam's gonna win.
Don't get me wrong.
So Prism says, I can do the YouTube clips, but I'm not sitting through hours of sports entertainment. That's why I got you guys to boil it down and describe it. The only thing I kind of want to see is FTR, but I hate AEW. Well, yeah. I'm not saying go watch the whole Royal Rumble, man. If you Google Keith Lee and you look up Keith Lee, Adam Cole, it's like a 6-second clip. Yep. There's somebody else that he slaps the ever-living God out of.
COVID?
It might have been Dijakovic. He does a Spanish fly off the top rope. That's impressive. Yep. And then he goes one-on-one with Brock during the Royal Rumble match. And the Minute Maid went bananas.
Oh, yeah. It was one of the greatest moments of the Rumble.
Edie says it is middle match, not good, not bad. Also ready for Dream for the main roster since last chance for NXT Championship. I'm going to put a pin in that. Okay? it was weird that this match didn't. Like, we still had the Karrion Kross match and then the triple threat match for the title, right? This match did come in right at the middle. And Mike says he cringed at the fact that they may push Cole to the main roster. They'll bury him mid-card. Hold on. I'm going to take that, put that over here, okay? All right. So we got 2 pins over here. We're going to come back to those in just 2 seconds, okay? That's what it was. It was Walter chopping Cole. Thank you, Mike.
I hate watching Walter chop people. It hurts my soul. It hurts my chest.
Yeah, well, remember when we went to Worlds Apart? It hurt me because I kept getting hit every time he got slapped.
That was
She
hilarious.
just kept hauling off and just slapping me. It's like, what are you doing? And Tom Arnone saying to the poll, I agree. Good. You do what we tell you to around here, just like I do what you guys tell me to with the sports shows. Now we got that out of the way. But no, so we're going to put those 2 pins over here. We're going to come back to them in just a second, right? Because I have thoughts on both of them moving up to the main roster in different ways, right? But this match, where it was placed, how it went down, and what they're building with Dexter and now Karrion, it's like Adam Cole's being hunted by all the psychopaths within within NXT.
And that's weird because it's like you don't see very many good guys that are psychopaths. It's always usually the bad guy or that one-off.
Yeah, but is Karrion Kross supposed to be a good guy?
I don't know what Karrion Kross is supposed to be.
But to that point, who's a good guy, who's a bad guy right now? There's no fans to dictate that, right? Like,
True.
We don't like Bobby Lashley in this role with Drew McIntyre on Sunday. But when crowds were there, we established that Bobby's a heel. Wake up.
I am awake.
Right? We established that Bobby's a heel. But in the same sentence, let's look at Edge and Orton.
Yeah.
Edge and Orton are going to go have this match. The greatest wrestling match ever.
Wrong title to put for a match. Sorry.
Also, yes. But we don't know who's the heel, who's the babyface.
That one you kind of more or less see Orton as the heel,
But
Edge as the
do
babyface.
you?
Yes, because of some of the promos that Orton has cut. Some of those promos lead me more towards Orton being that heel, Edge being that face, and then, this past Monday night on Raw, you had the Peep Show with Edge kind of doing that babyface thing and then getting pumped up, getting that Hulk Hogan pump up going and, getting that fire in his eye, getting ready to, want to whoop Orton.
Why one eye? Why did he only have fire in one eye?
I meant, you know what I meant, fire in his eyes, the desire, the means to want to whoop Orton, just get him riled up, get him going.
God, we're gonna teach you how to cut a promo.
Yes, it really needs to happen. Dear
We're
God,
we're gonna teach you. We'll have promo class. I'll take you to school, son. Don't worry.
Take me to Dusty Rhodes promo class?
No. None of us are worthy for that.
This is true.
But no. So Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, put a great period on their story arc.
Yeah.
Right. It helped further other things, especially Karrion Kross squashing Tommaso Ciampa a little bit later on in the night. But now let's take the Velveteen Dream. Okay, we'll put that one out there. And Mike, I agree with you. They should have saved Daniel Bryan, AJ for tomorrow night. I would have liked that better. Not to say I didn't like the match in general. Right?
They wanted to give us a good match on TV for free. They're trying to up them ratings.
Fuck your free TV.
Ratings. That's what
I don't
Vince
care. Who cares about ratings anymore?
Apparently Vince does.
Who? No. Because see this? The Ritzatron 4000? I can watch it here whenever I damn well please. The computer right here in front of me. The TV over there in the corner. The phone here in my hands. Hell, if I really wanted to, I could probably put it on my watch. Okay? Don't tempt me.
But I get that. But to Vince's mind, he doesn't see what you're saying. In Vince's mind, it's all about them ratings. In the executive's mind, USA, Fox, all they see is ratings, ratings, ratings.
That match, and you know it, should have been on Sunday.
I agree. I wholeheartedly 100% agree, but I really think they put that on them as a free showing to try to up them ratings. You're just mad because you know I'm right.
There's a first time for everything.
Exactly.
Now, and Edie saying they saved the time of Backlash to 2 hours. It's fine by me. I mean, I got enough damn wrestling to watch in a week anyway.
I mean,
just...
the pay-per-views have been short, but then again, that's due to everything going on.
But so let's talk about Dream potentially moving up to the main roster. We know that this week on SmackDown, Matt Riddle will debut this coming Friday. Matt Riddle will have his...
Bro.
What? Ralph, I need you to start watching the main product. You're going to do this show with me. Boy.
Come on. I'm actually excited for his main roster debut, so he can get,
I am too.
Mid card.
But see, I think with the way SmackDown is set up, Vince McMahon care. If not, he what? If not, he not fire Paul Heyman.
Vince McMahon cares it.
All right, so hold on. I think I can translate this. Hold on. I think he says that Vince McMahon cares about ratings. If he didn't care about ratings, he wouldn't have fired Paul Heyman. Let me make one thing very, very clear. They did not fire Paul Heyman.
They technically fired him from his position. He's still on.
No. He was removed from one position and put into another. Right? I don't think I don't want to say it's a ratings decision necessarily. I think it's a continuity decision. I think it's the fact that I watch Monday Night Raw right now, and I get a 3-hour ECW show from 1996 at 2 a.m.
Well, but I've seen reports of Vince saying part of it has to do with the ratings. He's hoping with Paul Heyman the ratings would be up, but Paul Heyman's trying to build up new people.
Now here's where I say, okay, ratings is a thing. Because I would have to assume in every TV contract, right? Let's talk TV. Let's not talk about the actual program. Let's not talk about the actual content being put on, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a television program. And USA is a television network, okay? So what that tells me is you have to have certain ratings to stay on the damn air. Right? And in your contract, you have to maintain a ratings level. If not, you got to make changes. Right? So, again, the word fired means something different. Okay?
It's true. Okay,
it means something different. Demoted is fine. I'll take a demotion.
Yeah, no,
right?
We can say he got demoted back down to,
just an on-screen talent.
Yeah. But even still,
And Edie, he wasn't a director. He was he was the head of creative for Monday Night Raw. Two very different things. Kevin Dunn is the director.
Yep.
Okay? Head of creative is something totally different. Right? I understand the language. I understand what the word director technically means. But in this sense, he's not a director.
I just don't think Vince gave Paul Heyman a long enough time to get it all sorted and figured out.
All right. It's been almost a year, Butters.
I didn't think it's been that long. I thought it was...
I got educated Thursday night. It's almost been a year.
Okay. I figured it'd only been like 6 months tops.
You're thinking Bischoff. Bischoff was brought in November.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're thinking that. Edie says nobody watched wrestling, either WWE or AEW, because they want to see news. Also, Vince McMahon fired. No, he didn't. I will pull up the press release.
He got demoted, Edie. Demoted.
And then Mike says there's literally hundreds of TV options. Raw still pulls over 1 million. That's decent. The days of massive ratings are over. Hey, Mike, say it loud. Say it proud. Okay? The people in the back didn't hear you.
Yep.
I like this Mike guy. He needs to come around more often. I like him. And as the dogs go absolutely bonkers outside. But yeah, so we were talking about Velveteen Dream on the main roster as we got derailed. I keep grabbing this damn thing. I'm like, oh shit, Velveteen Dream on the main roster.
Quit falling down the rabbit hole.
It's hard. I'm a heavy guy. Gravity and me aren't friends.
Yeah, but it's a hole. You shouldn't be able to fit in it.
It's a big damn hole. It has a lot in common with. Never mind. Nope. I'm not going there.
Oh, boy,
Crow's here! Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the man, the myth, the legend, the host of Birds of a Feather, and the second best wrestling show on A2D Radio. It is Chrome and Papa Chrome.
It's number 1, by the way, asshole. Tell him that, number 1. He knows. He's giving a shake. He knows.
What is up, my man? How are you tonight?
Listen, I
What?
apologize.
Man down.
I apologize for the late showing. I'm here.
No worries. We were actually talking about... Hello, sir.
That hockey show is a great show. That guys are great.
I'm sure Mr. Daly will appreciate that.
You're getting it. You're getting the hockey promotion right there.
And that Pronger interview was terrific.
There it is.
You guys heard it here.
You got it. I apologize for my late... Guys, I apologize for my late appearance.
You guys had a lot of fun with him, and he had a lot of fun with you guys.
Yes, sir.
I apologize for my late appearance, and anything I miss, you let me know. I apologize.
No worries. We are actually currently talking about Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream.
Okay.
Stay off the rabbit hole path.
Yeah, we keep going down the rabbit hole. I've been trying to talk about Velveteen Dream getting called up to the main roster for probably the last 15 minutes.
Okay.
But so we'll go back for a second.
Let me ask a question. What have I missed?
We talked about Charlotte Flair's stories have come out over the last couple of days where Charlotte losing, right? Charlotte losing was part of a bigger plan. Her NXT run was part of a bigger plan, and then we ran down.
And it should be, by the way.
Yes,
it should be.
Absolutely.
She's always been a part of Raw. And you can tell me if I'm off on base on this.
Uh-huh.
She's always been a part of Raw. And the fact that people want to bitch and complain about stuff, she carried a lot of that division and gave a lot of attention to it. At this point now, we can start moving past that, but nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. And then we kind of breezed over the 6-woman tag match and the Finn Balor Damian Priest match.
So did you guys do the whole pay-per-view yet?
No, we're at Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream.
Oh, okay. Did you do the opening of the pay-per-view?
The Todd Pettengill?
Yes! Amazing. Listen, amazing. My dad wants to ask you a question.
Hey,
yes,
did
sir.
You guys on Netflix see the Big Show's show? TV
yeah,
show?
Regrettably, I saw it.
What do you mean regrettably? It was funny.
Of course, it was funny.
I like the show, man. He's a cool dude, the show.
I like Big Show. I just didn't like the show. Not my cup of tea.
The show, well, you know.
Well, you know what, Dad? The thing is, Andy is like the Big show. You look at him, he's a character. He looks dumb as shit. And he's not as fun as the Big Show, though. He doesn't have the character that the Big Show does.
I saw one match. They were fighting right? I don't know whether it was tag team or what. And they were throwing everybody around. And here comes the show. The show threw everybody out of the ring, right over the fucking rope.
See, he's cool.
Every fucking one he threw over the rope.
See, he's cool. You look at him, he's a loser, though. That's the thing. You look at that guy right there, he's a loser.
At least I was on time.
Butters is a sweet guy. He's a loser.
I like the show, and I like Goldberg.
Oh, he's a Goldberg
I
guy.
love
My
Goldberg.
dad's a Goldberg mark. My dad likes Undertaker,
and
too,
I like The Rock.
Yeah.
Big Rock.
There we go.
All right, so we were talking about Todd Pettengill and his wonderful intro.
All right, so let me chime in.
You were actually like alive during that.
So, because I wasn't around, and then I'm going to chime in on this. Hold on. I'm going to chime in on this. I have to tell my dad to hold on. I will say this. I was a big guy, and I was really big into it. In 95, that was my era. And I will say, what I marked out crazy marked out with the pre-show of having Pettengill come in. And honestly, it was like they did the green screen original in your house like thing. And what was even better about it was you looked at, as you watched the show go on, they had like the iGoPro video, and they had like current guys, like Adam Cole, fill in the roles of that stuff. It was awesome. They did it
great.
So good.
Oh yeah. You have any comments on the Keith Lee Johnny Gargano match?
Keith Lee,
amazing match. Go ahead, Butters.
I'm making fun of Andy here, calling it the Keith Lee Adam Gargano match.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I know what I said. Just keep going.
Well, I roll with it, but it was a great match. Awesome match. Keith Lee is a specimen. He really is.
Yes.
And Gargano, and even to take it beyond that, Gargano is he's so good. He really is. And whether you take him as a heel or a face, he is so amazing in what he does.
Yep.
And I look at Gargano, and even the spot in the match where Keith Lee basically launches him through the hockey window or whatever it was. It was so good.
Yeah,
put him through the boards. Put him through the boards.
So I have to ask.
It's great.
Is it like, because I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But Johnny's new music.
It's great.
I hate it.
Grow the fuck up.
I told you. I even said, where's Chrome? Because I know he'll disagree with me. I hate this music.
That's the great part about it.
Watch it back. I actually say, Chrome probably loved it, but I absolutely hated it.
Grow up, homeboy.
So Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, right? We know that Adam Cole won. He's kind of getting stalked by all the psychopaths in NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. I'll say, so the first part of it, the first 10 to 15 minutes of it, I didn't enjoy as much. I felt like they didn't do the camera work was not great. I felt like the headlights on the cars was kind of distracting. But I do feel like as it went on, it got better. So I will say I appreciated it a lot more as it went on.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the camera work, especially watching it back, because I watched it in two parts, right?
The first 10 minutes, the camera work wasn't good. I do think the camera work got much, much better as it went on.
It does get tremendously better, but there were they take certain shots and do certain angles that I was like, that's just horrible. Like, I just don't, like that for this style of match.
I was going to say, they've done the cinematic thing so good. I mean, why not keep it up with that? If you're going to do a backlot brawl, you might as well make it cinematic.
Well, I think this was cinematic, and I had no problem with the way that they did this.
No, it was a cinematic in a sense, but there were certain, like, especially, like, I remember they do one camera shot where it's very low to the ground and at a weird angle, and it's like on the side of one of the cars or something like that. I was like, this just looks bad.
Yeah.
You know, because you've got the light, to your point, you've got the lights from the other cars, right? It's just a bad shot.
It had, for me, it had a lot of pros. I was good.
Oh, yeah.
With it. But the cons were the cons, and they were big, strong cons.
How do you feel about Dream losing?
I'm for it. I had no problem with it. And I hate the conversation about this because it's very difficult to have that conversation because certain people, the people that don't like the conversation have their political reason to not have that habit. To me, I wasn't for this to begin with. I thought Dream was fine, but I don't think that they needed to have this. I think that he needs to be off of television or whatever he's going to be doing for a while because they have to figure out what's going on with him.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a major issue with it. I enjoyed the match as it was. I never thought that he was going to lose. The only way I would have thought that is if they would have made that the main event. And you know that's Andy. You know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, but there was when I chimed in when we were watching it live and you and I were talking, I was like, oh shit, Dream might actually win here because there were a couple spots, a couple things happened, and
never
I was like, oh
point
shit,
that I would have thought he would have won. There was nothing in that entire thing that I would have thought he would have won.
Yeah, well, but again, like I said, coming in halfway through, he was kind of coming back, and he pushes Adam off the ladder into the glass, the windshield, and then Dexter comes and evens the score and everything like that. I'm like, okay. He hits that purple rainmaker, and I said to myself, he might actually win this. It might actually happen. Now, that being said, because I also think I said this to you in our private chat, or we might have been on this show last week. Had Dream not have gotten hurt when he did a year ago, I think he would have already been NXT champion.
Oh yeah, at least
you missed the opportunity to put the title on him.
Big time.
You shake your head.
Oh
I
boy.
Shock, you disagree with me.
It's not that I disagree with you. He's not somebody that needs a title. That's the deal. That's the thing is he's not someone that needs a title. And that's what a lot of people and I've been in a lot of conversations over the last couple of weeks of people who try to justify like, oh, you need to do this and this is what negates their history now. No, it's not. Like Dream is not a person. I honestly look at Velveteen Dream. He's not going to succeed on the main roster. In terms of title wins and that stuff, I just don't feel like he's going to be that guy. What I feel like, he's going to be a great worker. He's going to put amazing matches on. I don't feel like he's going to be a guy that's going to be a Hall of Fame type of guy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like the title doesn't mean everything. Certain people don't need a title. And honestly, Dream might be that type of guy that never needs to win a title. And I hate that everybody thinks that a person needs to win a title because they fucking don't.
And to your point, you're absolutely right. I see the only reason for Dream I'm an advocate for him to win the title is because, and we've been saying this ever since he debuted in NXT as the Velveteen Dream, I don't see this gimmick working on the main roster.
Doesn't need it. And he doesn't need it. It can get over on the main roster.
See, I don't. I get nervous about it.
I'll tell you right now. We talked about it the other day. Butters, you listen up. Take some notes. Bruce Pritchard. That's why. Bruce is a brilliant man.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce knows how to get this kind of shit over. Bruce will get it over. If there's an opportunity to get this shit over, Bruce can do it. Butters, take notes. You have a sweet beard. My guy.
Oh,
Except
geez.
you like Nia, shut your mouth.
Wait, what?
I said, except you like Nia, so shut your mouth.
Well, our producer this evening also likes Nia Jax, so
I don't know who the producer is. Doesn't
Ralphie.
matter. Oh, Ralph's a sweet man.
I thought you were gonna cook him for liking Nia. I'm a little disappointed here.
No, I'm not gonna cook him. He's my executive of the year. It's done.
Oh, that's right, because he drafted for you on Birds of a
And
Feather.
he did a great job, by the way.
Did he? Good.
He did a phenomenal job.
So Chrome, you'll actually like Mike here. He's been coming in with some amazing comments all night.
Yeah, he has.
Mike adding, Ziggler also can get over without a title. Yes, he's won in the past.
Ziggler
He
sucks.
can main event and not need to be in a title contention.
Dolph Ziggler sucks.
Where have you been? Ziggler's a good in-ring performer.
No, he sucks.
All right, I'm going to sit back here and let you two argue.
Hey,
This
by
is
the
going
way,
to be fun
he
for me.
He is a great in-ring performer. It's not his fault he can't.
Hey, listen, it doesn't. He's a great performer. Not going to take it away. Dude is a fucking overseller. Dude is super into himself, and smell you later.
That was fun for me. I enjoyed that. So now we move on to Karrion Kross, essentially squashing Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
That came as a surprise to me. I thought I expected Kross to win, but I didn't expect it to be so one-sided.
It was a surprise.
Well, I feel like they're building up Kross as like this monster character.
No shit.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I wouldn't even know if Karrion Kross they're trying to build him up as this monster face, this monster heel, or they just trying to just build him up as this monster that doesn't give a shit about either way.
Well, here's the thing. I'll say this, Butters. If you haven't followed his career, you've kind of been lost on it. Dude is awesome. He's a great guy. He is a beast. He is a physical specimen, and he's somebody that WWE could drop the ball on very easily or could make the most of. And to me, this is a guy that never had to go to NXT. And I think a lot of people that have followed his career will tell you he could be a guy that they could have literally dropped on SmackDown or dropped on Raw and instantaneously made an impact.
Yeah.
And, there's people that are concerned that he's going to run through people on NXT and devalue them. To me, if you don't know Karrion Kross and know his history, then you're a dumbass. Because he's better than almost everybody that's in NXT now. And I'm not saying that shit to bullshit.
Right, no, absolutely.
The history
and I don't
speaks it.
And I don't see him running through people as devaluing them.
Well, that's the thing though, Andy. A lot of people are saying, oh man, Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, sorry.
Ciampa is the guy. Ciampa is one of the guys.
Yeah. Ciampa's that top guy you really do want Karrion Kross to feud with. You really want, Karrion to go after one of the top guys first, like you said, to showcase who he is, what he can do.
There are people that had issues with that. I have no issues with that.
I don't have an issue with it either. It came as a shock to me, don't get me wrong, but I have no issues with him winning, with him going over. To me,
Karrion Kross never need to go to NXT. He should have already been on WWE roster.
Absolutely. And when he got signed, I think we all were in agreement that he was going to SmackDown at the time.
I just wonder if they're trying to do this on NXT to see how Scarlett goes over with him.
Well, Scarlett's a beast.
Scarlett was over the moment she put ink to
They never needed that.
So anyway, Triple Triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai winning the gold, beating Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley in probably a solid match.
Big
I mean, there were we had talked about it, Chrome. There were
That's
some
what
spots.
you fucking said. A solid match.
Yeah, it was a solid match.
Is that your depiction? Let me hear Butters talk first
Well,
before I put both of you bitches in place.
Well, no, I
feel like Butters is
Keith
going to be an asshole and follow up with you and be like, "Oh, it's a great match. It was a nice match." Yeah. But I feel like it's maybe he'll surprise me.
So
Butters,
I put.
let me hear what you have to
All
say
right,
about
go ahead.
I did like the match. It was good. I just didn't like Ripley getting the pin. I really wished Io would have just pinned Charlotte and said, "Boom, look, I'm better than you. Get your ass out of my, off my show."
Such a Nia fan. What a crap. Go ahead, Andy. Let's hear what you have to say.
I gave Keith Lee and Johnny Gargano match of the night.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but
as I said when we talked during the show, there were a lot of sloppy moments in the match, but ultimately I love the fact that Io won.
You watched it back though?
I did watch it back.
It wasn't as sloppy as we thought it was.
No, it wasn't as sloppy as we thought it was, but it was still sloppier than I expected for those three to have.
And a triple threat. Triple threat.
What about it?
You're going to have some slop.
Exactly. Thanks, Butters.
Whose side are you on, asshole?
Man. Hey, Butters, you sweet man, you. Hey, buddy. Hey, I want to tickle you. Hey.
I can see where Chrome's coming from.
This is getting weird.
I can see where Chrome's coming from with the whole, there's three of them in there. One-on-one, they can easily call and easily go back and forth. Then when you start adding in more...
Got better.
Got
better as it went along, Butters.
Huh?
It did.
I said it got better as it went along.
Damn it, Ralph. No, wait, I have one. I beat Butters earlier.
No, he didn't put you in Butters. He put you in Chrome.
Yeah, well, this just became a triple threat match. So shut up.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to talk your shit so I can...
No. Go ahead, have it at it. Have at it.
But
no, I honestly want to hear what your opinion is, and I want to have a conversation about it. So continue.
So it was right around when they start fighting. I guess you call it on the front lawn. Is where the match turns for me. It gets better, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was this? What is this?
I'm hearing a lot of crying from you.
How is this crying? I'm putting the match over now.
You're not putting anything over. Stop it.
Can you not give us all motion sickness?
No, I can't promise any of that.
I need you to try. I was expecting him to throw the phone. I really was. But no.
I'm gonna go pee. You talk to Dad. Here you go.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to you.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, guys. I was fooling around on YouTube the other day.
Okay.
And they have this thing like Hollywood Graves and all. They take you around, even graves over in Europe.
I've actually seen these. Okay.
I haven't heard of this.
And I was surprised. You know whose grave they had on there?
Whose?
Remember the wrestler Big Boss Man?
Yeah.
Who used to dress like a cop?
Yes, sir.
You should see how nice his grave is. Nice stone. Really nice.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I was surprised to see it. But, yeah, I remember all them guys from the 70s and all. The Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And, a lot of those wrestlers live in Florida.
Yeah. A lot of them transitioned down to Florida.
Even in the 80s and all 90s, But I was at, let me just tell them this story.
Yeah.
I was at with my wife on a trip. She had a conference in St. Petersburg, Florida. And up on Gulf Boulevard, Indian Rocks Beach, there's a place called Krabby Bill's.
Okay.
There's a Krabby Bill's in Clearwater now. So when you go in there, there's not tons of photos framed on a wall of all wrestlers. A lot of the wrestlers went there.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped.
By the way, this is the most entertaining thing they've ever had on this show.
I stopped up there. I stopped up while my wife was in a conference.
Amy's dumb as shit.
And I'm at the bar, and I'm looking at this guy, right? And I said, he looks familiar. And I said, I think I know who he is. And I said to this guy, are you a wrestler? He said, yeah. He was one of the Bushwhackers. Remember the Bushwhackers?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. He was built like a tree trunk.
I'm gonna take it back then.
But anyway,
since
then I had heard that him and the other Bushwhacker own the Krabby Bills up in Clearwater. Krabby Bill sold it to them.
I'm gonna take it back.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye, Mr. Chrome.
Well, thank God he had the most entertaining thing that you guys have ever had on this show.
I'm okay with that. I mean, it's your dad. I'm going to put your dad over, right?
He's Butch. Butch is here.
Hey, I'm a fan of you guys.
Thank you, sir.
My dad does watch your show. He likes you guys.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate that. Love the support.
You ever want to hear a lot of old stories, you know the man to talk to.
There it is.
Oh, I want some old Chrome stories, but we're going to get into that in another day. So, Chrome, tell me your thoughts on the triple threat match.
The match was great. You know, I enjoyed everything that went on. I got to be honest. I'm just going to me, when I look at NXT and everything that went down, everything to me was different. It was entertaining. And I take even just the opening of everything. And I'm just catching up because I've been hopping in late. The opening of NXT and everything that they did was stupendous. It was amazing. I love the addition of Todd Pettengill. I love that they did the In Your House, like the original In Your House green screen, where even like if you look in the back, they had the In Your House thing, but it said like subscribe to the network type of deal.
Yeah.
I felt like everything was great. I felt when I look at the Karrion Kross thing, it was very different. I did not expect a squash match the way that went, but at the same time, it makes a lot of sense to me. I don't like that WWE sent him to NXT because I feel like he's a guy who could immediately go to the main roster. If you followed his career, he's a guy who is a main event talent. And I know they have, you know, they're building up, you know, whatever is with him and Scarlett and whatnot. It's not needed. I mean, it's awesome. It's not needed though.
Right.
When I look at the triple threat was, and I think we talked about it, Andy, as it went on. There were some weird spots in it, but I wouldn't look at it as bad spots. The finish was uncomfortable, and I think that we had to go through that a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, me and you specifically, I had to record it and do it in slow-mo so we could like get a visual back. But you know, it's weird because do you put the blame on Io or do you put the blame on Rhea? See, I put the blame on Rhea because I felt like Rhea was so like into the, you know,
selling the figure eight.
Charlotte has the figure eight on and this and that and tapping on. And then she lifted her head, and thank God actually she did, because if she didn't lift her head at the time that she did, she would have got crushed.
Yeah.
But that being said, I don't know if Io missed a spot. I don't think she did. I feel like Rhea was just kind of torn into or caught up in her spot with Charlotte. But anyway,
and it's something like that kind of spot right there that makes it dangerous to try to go with 3 people to do, to land proper without, hurting someone.
Yeah, it was scary. It was very scary. Very, very scary. But I will say this. I think in terms of the decision, I think Andy will agree with this because we talked about it beforehand. I never would have thought that Io would have won this, but I'm very happy that Io won this because I think it's Io's time.
And I actually said Io's was the sleeper in that match. And when we did our predictions last week, I said that it was going to be Io winning the title for sure.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the decision they made. And I think that they can continue if they want to. They've left the door open that they can continue to have Charlotte on the NXT roster and continue to, keep the build there.
Absolutely. All right, well, that was NXT TakeOver in your house. Guys, that was last week, but on to this week, we have WWE Presents Backlash.
Wait, can I ask you though?
Sure.
Like, I don't know how old you guys are. Do you guys remember the original In Your House presentations?
No, I came in at WrestleMania 15, and by that point, In Your House kind of faded out.
So what was so good about it was Adam Cole, the Ico Pro promo of it and everything. Like, what I loved about the presentation of it was they stayed true to like the traditional In Your House thing, and obviously it was for entertainment value, and I thought that it was very entertaining, and that's on top of this was a very good, and in considering how everything is, I thought it was a very good presentation of a takeover and staying true to like giving an entertainment value to adding on to it. I know that sounds weird, but they gave a great entertainment value in ring and managed to take the traditional In Your House and everything and make it a great presentation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's the creativity. We talk about how they're doing the cinematic stuff and everything. They managed to not have to do the cinematic stuff and still find a way to be creative with stuff.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. I obviously didn't watch a lot of the In Your Houses when I was a kid, but you see the clips from them, you see the different things, and especially when they announced they were doing it In Your House, a lot of that stuff was trending. So a lot of that stuff would pop up on like YouTube and different things like that. So you'd go back and you watch it, right, just to see what was coming. We did the same thing when War Games was announced. Because I didn't grow up with War Games. So you go back and you watch a bunch of the War Games and you figure out that this was something special for that time. And they captured that essence last week.
Yeah.
So, with us, we got War Games. We had In Your House. Do either one of y'all see them coming back with another old style pay-per-view for something like this for NXT?
No.
Maybe eventually. I don't know that there's that much that they can build off of in terms of those old school kind of things.
Insurrection, maybe like with the UK brand, or
Insurrection sucked.
They don't. It's not that the UK brand is not good, because the UK brand is phenomenal. I just don't see them. For them to do these kind of things, you have to have an interest in it, and I just don't. Like, I feel like they've kind of jumped the shark at this point, and they have to kind of figure it out beyond that. I don't think that they're not going to have to go back to like Bash at the Beach and all that kind of shit. Like, they're good.
Yeah, no. Absolutely. I don't think there's a need to bring anything back right now. I have to go grab these dogs real fast. Butters, let's start with Backlash, okay? You want to pull up the card and
pulling it up right now.
I'll be right back.
Backlash? I said pull up Backlash. I didn't say pull up. There we go. 2020 Backlash. All right.
Go on, Butters. You're running shit. Let's go. This is your chance. This is your fucking chance, man. Let's go.
So now we have. So we'll start off with Apollo Crews Andrade for the umpteenth million time for the United States Championship.
Happened a lot.
Do what?
It's happened a lot.
I was kind of hoping with that whole number one contenders thing, we got to see somebody new, but yet again, Andrade gets another shot. Do we see? Who do we see go over? Do we see Andrade? Do we see Apollo?
It's got to be Apollo.
It has to be Apollo. Apollo absolutely has to win this match. Coming off his, winning his very first title. This is his second title defense?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he has to win this match. There's no reason for Andrade to win.
Moving on to Jeff Hardy and Sheamus after, the nice little piss fight Friday night.
Is it wrong that I just don't care?
I haven't seen it. I didn't watch SmackDown this week.
I didn't either, but I saw the clip. It was dumb.
It was something about Jeff Hardy threw piss on him or something.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. So the whole background is, in order for them to have that match at Backlash, Sheamus wanted Jeff Hardy to take a piss test to make sure that he wasn't doing any drugs or alcohol, to make sure he was clean. And so they did a in the ring, pee in a cup behind a curtain bit.
It's like DX and Straight Edge Society all over again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's none of that. It's actually a lot worse than that. I don't like it. I don't care for it. Whatever.
No, I don't like the whole program they're doing.
It's just something to keep Jeff Hardy and Sheamus busy, and they're going the wrong route with it.
They are. I think Jeff Hardy does take the win here.
Yes.
I would agree.
Let's go with Asuka versus Nia Jax. I mean,
we both stopped and looked at Chrome.
I honestly just see Asuka retaining this one. I don't see them giving it to Nia anytime soon.
I don't know. Like, look, I'm not a Nia fan, right? I'm not a Nia fan. But there is something eating away at me that tells me they could put the belt on her. I don't want them to. I really don't want them to. But I don't know what it is right now. But
because I feel like
it bothers me. I hate it. I hate this feeling.
I feel like Asuka could win this one, and then move into a feud, move into a program with.
Shut up, Ralph.
You have Asuka moving into a program with Charlotte. After Monday Night Raw. Oh, you haven't beaten me, Asuka. You can't beat me. That tells me they're trying to move into a program. But then again, to what Andy said, God, they could pull that stupid swerve, and here comes Nia rolling down with the damn title.
Your girl Nia sucks. She sucks ass. Like, she's the worst. No. Don't wave your hands around because she sucks balls. She's terrible. She's pretty awful. Don't try to justify it to me, Butters, because she's pretty terrible. That being said, hey, shut your mouth, and I love you, but shut your mouth for this, because she's terrible. She's awful. She's a terrible person. She sucks. She's green, and there's nothing that excites me about this. That being said, I have no opinion on it.
Out.
I have no opinion on it, and she sucks.
I would really like to see Asuka take the win here.
There's no chance, and I guarantee I'm on the show. Guarantee you, there's no chance in hell that Asuka is not going over in this match. Guarantee it.
So let's go to the women's tag team triple threat match with.
Is that all you got, Butters? You nothing to respond?
That match is a blow.
I mean, I'm just trying to hear what your Nia explanation is.
Oh, there ain't no explanation.
I mean, you love her, so I want to know.
I just like her for her. I don't, yes, I can agree that she is green.
Like most girls. Come on. Come on, man. I'm trying to give you like a point here. This is an opportunity for you.
I don't know. And I don't know what it is that draws me to her. That's the thing. It's just I like her.
I don't know what draws you to her either. She sucks, so.
All right, moving on. Women's Tag Team Championship.
Are we done? Why? Who said we're moving on? We're not done yet.
What else can you say? What else can you say? We want Asuka to win. Nia sucks. We move on.
Well, I feel like Butters has an opinion on Nia.
No, other than I like her.
Butters' opinion is he likes Nia. It's like Ralph. In this instance, and I love Ralph to death, but in this instance, Butters is to Ralph. As we get the flashing thing on the screen, Nia wins, Nia wins, Nia wins.
I'm just waiting.
He's a big Undertaker mark, by the way.
Oh, Ralph? Yeah, we know.
Ralph is a big. Sorry.
The Women's Tag Team Championship match. Bayley and Sasha Banks defend their newly won titles against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross and the Iconics.
So have you guys watched the backstage conversation about them winning the titles?
I'm behind on backstage.
Everybody hates it.
Do they really?
Everybody hates them winning the titles. And I'm 1,000% with them on this. There's no reason to me for them to win the title.
We talked about it last week. It was the dumbest decision to put the titles on them.
Like, makes no sense to me.
Like, just have the feud happen and let's move on. We don't need the titles on them. Now, I will say this because I had the conversation with Andrew earlier today.
Well, of course you will.
It'll be Christmas in June for a Jew when the Iconics beat Bayley and Sasha tomorrow night.
I don't know that that's going to happen. I don't know if I agree with that.
No, that's just my one small hope.
I feel like if the Iconics were to win it, it's because one of them pinned Alexa Bliss or Nikki Cross.
No, I want to see. I mean, realistically, I think Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross need to have the titles back. I think they did the most with the titles, and I think they were the best champions. They were the best tag team champions so far.
Well, if Bayley and Sasha do end up winning this, I mean, the winner of this match goes on to face. Who is it? Tegan Knox, and I don't remember who
is it Shotzi?
Shotzi Blackheart. Get next in line for that title shot. I think it's next week.
It is. Yeah, it's next week on NXT.
So something tells me, maybe Bayley and Sasha will retain it and they'll lose it at NXT. And we can get some, the women at NXT can get a shot at those tag titles for once, finally.
I don't understand why they have to put the titles on them. They don't have to put the titles on them. It's an opportunity for them within the 3 brands overall, honestly, to build a tag team division. And the one thing that I will never accept with WWE is how shitty they treat a tag team division. Doesn't matter if it's men, women, SmackDown, Raw. It's so asinine how they disregard the tag team division. And they have opportunities to really have monumental moments, iconic moments, iconic matches. And the way that it's set up now, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And again, with these women's tag team titles, this is a disgrace. It's terrible. To me, it's terrible. I have no reason to be engaged in Bayley and
Sasha.
And to me, hey, by the way, they're just prolonging the fucking 4-year story that we've been dying to get the end of. The conclusion. The fucking end of the Sasha Bayley fucking story. Oh, by the way, we're just going to drag it on more. Hey, by the way, we're going to put a tag team title on. Like, it's ridiculous. It's a disgrace. It sucks. Everybody hates it, including myself, and they can suck it.
Yeah, I mean, I was there the night when Sasha and Bayley won the first tag titles, right? At Elimination Chamber a few years ago.
They sucked then. They should have never won it then.
They shouldn't have won it, but I remember the hype around it and how excited everybody was. And it was like even during the match when it came down to Fire and Desire and the Boston Hug connection, like just the crowd was so into it and so behind it. And don't get me wrong, even when they won, everybody was behind it in the arena because it was just like, all right, this is real now. Now there are women's tag team titles. Now the women are getting more opportunities, have a chance for more opportunities. And we squandered it right out the gate. Prism says, great show tonight, guys. Have a good one. Prism, we thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
I don't thank you.
Don't be an ass.
I'm not nice. It's not my show. I don't care.
Fair point.
I got to look at
you guys do run a great show, though.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
I love Velocity.
I gotta ask one question: is Teddy Hartman back producing these matches? Because I added it up. We've had like 8 tag matches this week, and we're getting another one on Sunday.
Is who?
Teddy Long back.
I thought you said Teddy Hart.
We're doing a match.
No, Teddy Long. Is he back producing matches? Because we're getting a lot of tag matches lately.
Oh yeah.
We had a 6-man on it, but
well, you gotta remember they're working with limited rosters, right? So you're gonna do different things to have one match build to another match, and it's gonna be a multi-man match. And in this scenario, I'm kind of okay with a lot of tag matches because I know it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
If you had a full roster and everybody was back, totally different story.
So now we come to, let's go with Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley.
Drew.
You don't see him taking it off of Drew early?
No. I know there's a report going around that says MVP is going to be the what's his name? Bobby's mouthpiece, and so they don't want Drew's title run squandered because there's no fans. So they'll have it drop it to Lashley, and Drew will win it back in a momentous fashion when fans come back. I hate that narrative. Drew doesn't need to lose it. I think you hinder his title run if you have him drop it a month after he wins it, 2 months after he wins it, whatever the case may be, right? I think no, absolutely not. Edie says, in terms of storyline, Sasha Banks will still play mind games with Bayley, thinking that Sasha Banks is her friend and not screw her, but in Sasha's mind, Bayley's the target, and she'll target the title while Bayley's not concerned with Sasha. I think I decrypted that right.
I think you did too.
Chrome, who do you got, Drew or Bobby?
So I'm a big Bobby guy, and you know this.
Yeah.
My fear is, with everything going on, and I'm not getting into political debate and any of that kind of stuff. My fear is, with everything going on in the world right now, they're going to hand it over to Bobby. And I don't think it's the time to do that. I love MVP working with Bobby right now. That being said, I don't know that this is the right time to turn the title over to Bobby. But I'll be honest, if we're doing like a prediction show, I think it's going to be Bobby.
I'm gonna stay with Drew. I love Bobby. I love Bobby way back during his first WWE, but I am a Drew guy all the way right now.
It's not that I'm not. Go ahead, Butters.
I feel like Bobby's gonna end up taking it for some reason or another. It's that gut instinct, you know. I think they wanted to do Bobby Lashley later on because of, suppose the idea was Jinder to be the first one in, and with Jinder out, Bobby's in, and then, like he said, everything going on, Bobby might just win it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think they're going to capitalize on it. They're going to give an African American the title. I think it's going to be Bobby Lashley wins the title.
It is very possible. Handicap match: Braun Strowman versus Miz and Morrison for the Universal title. Okay. If I've ever heard of a dumber stipulation, it's this.
Who the fuck cares?
God, Jesus, Chrome. But I don't like this.
Am I wrong? Braun winning it,
no.
And I kind of hope that Otis cashes in.
My God, that would be phenomenal.
After that little eyeball after the match, just Otis kind of looking over. I'm like, maybe he could cash in Sunday because
I would die laughing.
It's 2-on-1. Go to that 2-on-1 beat down, and then all of a sudden, here we are with Otis going, Tucker, give me the briefcase. I mean,
oh my God, I would die laughing because so many people would hate it. I would die laughing though.
I wouldn't hate it.
I don't think I don't know if I would hate it, but I know it'd be funny as hell.
I think
it'd be that last dream spot that all men want. He got the girl, he got the money in the bank. Now let's see if he can get that. Go 3 for 3.
I think Otis is going to be that guy who is not going to get over. It's going to be done. He's over now, but he's not going to win. He's going to cash in. He's not going to win.
Very good possibility. Very good possibility.
Yep.
So are you going with – who you going, though? You going Braun?
Braun.
And now for the greatest wrestling match ever, Randy Orton versus Edge. This is going to bomb so bad.
The reports have come in that it is going to be the top tier match that they call it, but I don't think it's going to be that greatest wrestling match ever that they so claim it's going to be.
So they've hyped this up so much to where you can't get on, like if you're a wrestling fan, you can't get on social media, you can't get on YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever, without seeing an ad for this greatest wrestling match.
Yes.
And you have hyped this up so much that if this is not the best thing since Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat or Flair and Steamboat, people are going to destroy this match. And I think with Edge still having some form of ring rust, as no matter how good Randy is, I don't think you put on this classic that – what the hell is going on down there?
Yeah, because Randy ain't going to be able to carry a whole match.
Not even that, because I think Randy could. I just don't think that these two guys are going to put on what we're expecting them to.
Well, look at Randy Orton. He's been, he's been making fun of this the whole time with all these hashtags.
Yeah.
On Twitter. So, I think even he thinks it's a joke.
Well, and Edge, there's an article. Hold on, I actually think I have it here, where Edge says that this is not Edge himself. Edge him damn self. He's in the damn match. Says that this is not going to be the greatest match ever.
This match is going to suck.
Here it is right here. It is loading. But, no, it's just like when Edge, the guy in the God Blessed match, is saying that I don't think I'll have the greatest wrestling match with Randy Orton at Backlash. What does that tell you? All right, so I'll preface all of this with saying there's no such thing as the greatest wrestling match ever. You're not going to be able to say indefinitely what is the greatest song of all time, what is the greatest painting of all time, what is the greatest movie of all time, what yada yada yada. It's impossible because there's no general consensus. You can have great matches, but what is the greatest is going to be different to almost everybody. He goes on to say his initial reaction to finding out how his Backlash match would be promoted, I just laughed because I didn't think it was serious. Then I realized fairly quickly it was. Then my reaction was, is this wise? Because anytime you say you're the greatest ever beforehand, you're setting yourself up for failure. And I don't ever want to think that way. I need to think the opposite of that. I can't control the court of public opinion. I need to do and be proud of the work I put in. He later adds, all I can do is take this as if it's all just a bonus in a weird way, a compliment. Or it's a giant rib. I'm just not sure. But whether it's a rib or a compliment, Edge doesn't think it should be promoted this way. He continues saying, this shouldn't be happening, let alone for the company, and let's call it straight Vince, to think that he can build this as the greatest match ever. Would I prefer they not build it as that? Absolutely. But I know there are times where heels get dug in the sand and there's no changing it. So, he hates it. We hate it.
And that tells you a whole lot about, what this match is going to be hyped up to be.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to headline. I know it's going to headline. And, Edge is obviously going to win. Right? And it's just going to kind of fall flat.
Big time.
Oh, yeah. 100%. So, guys, because I had the dog issue when we started our Backlash stuff, don't forget the link to the In This Very Ring Universal Predictions ballot is in the show description. Ralphie, if you'll do me a favor, brother, if you have it handy, drop that in the chat for me, please. Get those ballots filled out and have them turned in before 4 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. The winner of the Universal Predictions ballot will be here live next week on In This Very Ring to talk about Backlash, their thoughts, why they picked certain people, and what they thought of the show. Guys, I guess Chrome went poof. That was Chrome, ladies and gentlemen. But no, in all seriousness, right? We thank Chrome for jumping in, talking NXT with us, and talking his Backlash predictions. So we'll be back next week. I guess that's it. I mean, do you really have anything else, Butters? We did Backlash. We did NXT.
I mean, we did pretty much everything other than, yeah, we did it all. I mean, for this week, because we pretty much skimmed through everything as we kind of went along, and then, like you said, we did Backlash, we did NXT, we talked about your new Intercontinental Champion in AJ Styles.
Yep.
And if you haven't watched that match, you need to go back and watch it. They put on a clinic. They put on a hell of a match. As JR would say, it was a slobber knocker.
Yeah, that might be that's a contender for match of the year, 100%.
Yeah, 100% hands down. So, as far as what I got for this week, I think that's it. I think we've pretty much touched base on everything.
Yeah, no, I think that's everything. So like I said, guys, get your ballots filled out. Winner gets to be on the show with us next week to talk Backlash. Guys, here at HUD Radio, we have so much going on. It's not even fair anymore. Tomorrow, Tom, Greg, Uncle Sweeps, Brian Wilson, they bring you the flagship show, Agree to Disagree. Monday night, Brad and Rob, they come to you with their sports hounds, and back in their regularly scheduled time slot, Chrome, Pete, the Martian Kevin, and my man Chucks, they bring to you Birds of a Feather. Wednesday night, our producer tonight, our good friend, my longtime personal friend, Ralph Delavecchio, joins Ryan Brodo and Frank Vespi to get your weekly fix. There's a very good possibility that AM and the PM combines with the Fix to do a Fix in the PM with Tom and Greg joining the three guys I just mentioned. Thursday night, Bill Alfonso will join Lazy Booking Live. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. ECW legend, the manager of champions himself, Bill Alfonso joins Chrome and Matty Sensudi. Then later on in the night, Matty brings in Brian Daly, Robert Povia, and they talk about hockey in the Hockey Happy Hour. Friday night, Jimmy brings you On the Road to Victory, and then we're back 1 week from today, Saturday morning. The soccer boys are back, ladies and gentlemen. Kicking It Stateside comes to you first thing in the morning, and then Jake Friel and Steven, they wrap it all up, put it in a nice big bow for the weekly roundup. And then you cap off your week with the premier wrestling show on the platform. And I guess Butters is Randy Orton pose. In this very ring, we're coming at you live, same bat time, same bat channel, right here next week on the absolute best sports media outlet out there. To disagree, A2D Radio. Guys, we appreciate you. I'm going to go pop a Benadryl and go to bed. My allergies are killing me. I hate Texas allergies, damn it. Guys, enjoy Backlash tomorrow night. We're going to see you next week. Check out all the things we have going on here at A2D Radio. For Butters, for Chrome, we all thank Ralph in the back. Ralphie, get us out of here. Guys, good night. Have fun.
Peace.